Look at the mountains.
She's calling to you. Come to Hawaii and discover aloha with me. Discover aloha with me.
Okay, if you haven't noticed, there's a large reservoir out here. It's called the Tanana Reservoir and was constructed in the early 1900s. The reservoir holds roughly 155 million gallons of water and is used to irrigate the pineapple fields and other agricultural crops in this area. Now, if anyone tells you about a two-headed swamp creature seen in the deep end of the reservoir, don't believe them. We haven't seen it. But just in case, hold on to your loved ones until we're safely back at the station. So now we know a little bit more about pineapple and how it's grown and harvested. But who was responsible for developing the pineapple industry into what it is today? Does the name Dole sound familiar? James Drummond Dole arrived in Hawaii in 1899. The following year, he bought a 61-acre tract of land right here in Wahiawa, where he established his first pineapple plantation. James Dole wasn't the first person to grow pineapple in Hawaii, but he was certainly the most influential. Early on, James Dole knew that there would be a huge market for pineapple outside of Hawaii. However, the only logical way to reach this market was to pack and seal the pineapples in cans. As a result, in 1901, James Dole built a pineapple cannery here in Wahiawa, which marked the start of the Hawaiian Pineapple Company. Several years later, in 1907, the cannery was relocated to Honolulu Harbor, closer to the labor pool, shipping ports, and supplies. The Honolulu Cannery, at one time the world's largest cannery, remained in operation until 1991. As the demand for pineapple grew, so did the need for more land. So, in 1922, James Dole bought the island of Lanai and converted it from a cactus-covered island with 150 people into the largest pineapple plantation in the world. Wow. For nearly 70 years, Lanai, known as the Pineapple Island, operated as a pineapple plantation. In its heyday, the tiny island of Lanai supplied nearly 75% of the world's pineapple. By the 1930s, Hawaii was known as the pineapple capital of the world, and James Dole, the Pineapple King. The Hawaiian Pineapple Company he founded was now processing over 200,000 tons of pineapple a year, helping to make pineapple Hawaii's second largest industry, responsible for 90% of all the canned pineapple produced in the world. By the 1940s, there were 8 pineapple.
What's the deal? We're gonna hit another train?
That's what he's waiting for.
Wow, that's strange.
They brought us all the way out here to go pick pineapple.
Alright, tourists, make yourself useful.
We ran out of gas.
¿Cuánto dijo que tenía de agua la reserva?
What's she supposed to be island fast? $10.
James Dole's Hawaiian Pineapple Company, with plantations on Oahu and Lanai and the cannery in Honolulu. At the time, the Hawaiian Pineapple Company controlled over half of all the pineapple land in Hawaii and employed nearly 3,000 permanent employees and over 4,000 seasonal employees. James Drummond Dole passed away in 1958 at the age of 80. The Hawaiian pineapple company he founded is now known the world over as Dole Food Company, and the Dole brand is one of the most recognized brands in the world. Another agricultural product that played a major role in this area was sugar. Back in the 1950s,
is that sugar cane?
there were over 20,000 acres of agricultural land in this area. Roughly half were pineapple fields and the other half sugarcane fields. One of the major sugar employers in this area was the Waialua Sugar Company. When the company was in full swing, they employed nearly 2,000 workers. However, due to rising production costs and flat sugar prices, the Waialua Sugar Mill shut down in 1996 after nearly 100 years in operation. Many of the early pineapple and sugar plantation laborers were from foreign countries, such as China, Japan, and the Philippines. Plantation villages, or camps, were set up to house the workers and their families. These villages reflected the different cultures the laborers brought with them. In fact, many cultural aspects of these plantation villages have endured and influenced life in Hawaii today. Over the years, Hawaii's agricultural land has shifted from being dominated by sugar and pineapple to a multitude of crops ranging from pineapple to coffee to tomatoes to flowers. In fact, today there are over 40 different crops grown commercially compared to only 28 grown commercially in the 1950s. Hawaii's agricultural industry is now much more diversified, and although its role has diminished, it still remains an important part of the state's economy, generating nearly $3 billion annually and providing for over 40,000 jobs. Okay, it's time for one more song from Manoa DNA before we arrive back at the station.
Macadamia nut. We hope you enjoyed the tour. There's a lot more to see and do here at Dole Plantation. Test your directional skills in the world's largest maze. Stroll through the plantation garden. Or cool down with a world-famous Dole Whip inside the gift center.